Announcer Mark Lichtenfeld for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the maroon with white. He weighed in at 153 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in 23 pro fights with a record of 22 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. From Bridgeport, Pennsylvania, please welcome Harry Joe Yorgey. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black with silver trim. He weighed in at 153 1/2 pounds with a record of 16 wins, 1 loss, 13 wins by way of knockout. The 2004 Mexican Olympian from Mexicali, Mexico, he is Alfredo Pero Angulo.
All right, guys, let's clear it. Let's clear it. Let's go, guys. Clear it out.
Alfredo. Harry, Alfredo, this is for the interim WBO title. You received your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now, touch him up, and come out fighting when the bell rings.
Alfredo Angulo is correctly the favorite here, but Harry Joe Yorgey is undefeated, and he believes he's going to win, and that makes him a dangerous opponent.
Let's do it.
Max and I joined at ringside now by World Championship boxing expert commentator Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel, Alfredo Angulo is the kind of fighter who likes to stalk and hunt you down. Does Yorgey have the kind of lateral movement and boxing skill that could bother him?
Yes, he could, because actually Angulo is not the fastest fighter himself. His speed is good, but it's not blazing speed. So I think he has a very good chance of beating Harry Joe to box very well early in the fight here. And it may be a problem for Angulo as the fight goes on.
El Perro, as you know, suffered his first defeat earlier this year when Kermit Cintron boxed, counterpunched, generally bamboozled Angulo in a fight that Angulo had expected to win by stalking Cintron the way his sometime role model Antonio Margarito did in Margarito's 2 wins over Cintron. Instead, Cintron outboxed Angulo, got the win. Now, Angulo and his promoter Gary Shaw suggest that the fighter may not have felt well. Might have had the flu that day going into the fight, but it's ancient history at this point as he tries to go forward in his career.
Well, Angulo had a brilliant amateur career, too. That can be possibly an advantage going into the fight, even though Harry Joe has the undefeated record. And to some degree, it's the crowd favorite, being that he's from Ohio, Pennsylvania, he's trained in Ohio. So he has a big following for the crowd and his family here, but Angulo had a good amateur background, and that also can be a big factor as the fight goes on.
Yorgey has hooked up with Jack Lowe, famous as the trainer of Kelly Pavlik, and now trains in the same gym with Pavlik in Youngstown, Ohio, which culturally, Max, is a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Harry Joe Yorgey is his former promoter, Don Elbaum, was keeping him as a local attraction. And generally when promoters do that, it's because they don't think that if you throw the kid in the deep water, he can swim. Harry Joe Yorgey, not content with being a local attraction, believes he can compete against the best, wants to test himself, and so is in with a very, very tough guy tonight as a result.
In the first 2 minutes of the fight, Yorgey has shown you that he's going to try to employ side-to-side movement to blunt Angulo's head-on charges.
But Angulo seems to be punching with a little bit more authority and a lot more crisper with his punches.
2 hard right hands by Angulo in that exchange. The first one, a perfectly delivered right cross.
That 116, 116.
Yorgey has made some contact in the round, but hasn't been able to put any real mustard on a punch so far.
And it seems like Angulo seems to be better positioned physically right now for his body position. And Harry Joe seems to be in a position where he's balling him for a right hand. He's backing up, his head is up, And it looks like a right hand. They come right over that left hand. He has his held low as the fight goes on.
And already Yorgey has found himself in several situations with his back against the ropes. Unless you are sensationally strong, you don't want to have your back against the ropes against Angulo.